Chris, Kentucky Woodsman. What you was just looking at was a disc harrow for a tractor used to help break up the ground in the spring, and you know, when you're ready to plant your garden or set out a crop or anything. And would you believe that you can make a really cool heirloom quality cooking utensil out of one of the discs off these? Some of you probably know where I'm going already, and if you do, just bear with me. And if you don't, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to make one. And some people call what we're about to make a Discada, others call it a Cowboy Wok. But whatever you call it, it's a great item to take to a campsite. Fix you a big tray full of potatoes or fried eggs or just anything you like. Okay, what we have here is an 18-inch disc from one of the tools very similar to what I just showed you, disc harrow, however you want to say it. This actually came off, if you can see the stamp right there, it came off a Massey Ferguson disc, and it's an 18-inch disc. And one thing I didn't show you, I wish I'd waited, it actually had a 1-inch square hole in the middle of it, and I have already had that welded up, smoothed back down. Our next process on this build is to actually get all this paint. There's paint on this. Whoever had this before I did actually painted it, and I'll have to clean all the paint off and get it ready to prep for cooking. We'll actually add handles to it. Got several steps to get to before we are ready to cook on it. So let's get started cleaning some of the paint off. As you can see, it comes off pretty easily. What I'm using is some people call them a sanding flapper disc. I've heard them called tiger paws, but basically it's just a disc that goes on your angle grinder that has pieces of sandpaper on it. So I would not recommend using a stone when doing this, because a stone will really gouge and cut into your metal. Best to use something along this lines with sandpaper. Now you can buy these already made, but if you purchase one new, you're looking at least $80 what I've seen on Amazon, and usually a lot more for the bigger ones. So by making this, I'm going to be able to do it a lot cheaper than what I would do if I had to purchase one from the internet, or you know, from a store locally, or whatever the case may be. Actually, when it's all said and done, likely I will have less than $40 in this whole Discada or Cowboy Wok. So quite a bit of savings there, about half of what you'd pay for one off the internet. Plus you get the fun of building it. Okay, here's the Cowboy Wok or Discada, whatever you want to call it. campfire wok, whatever, in its mostly finished form. Now, one thing I didn't show you in this video, and I wish I had, was making the handles. Basically what I did on making the handles was I went to Lowe's and picked up a piece of 1/2 inch round rod, and I cut it off into 15-inch sections. I bent 5 inches, 5 inches, and 5 inches. And the way I bent that was I heated it with a torch to where it was easy to bend. And then in the video, you saw it getting welded on. But that's basically the Cowboy Wok, campfire wok, or Discada, whatever you want to call it. It's called many different things, but this is it so far. I've got 2 final steps to do. The next step will be to put it in a fire and try to burn some of the impurities off of the metal surface. This was a disc that was used in a farming application, so I'll just get all the impurities off, and after that we will actually season it with cooking oil, and I may or may not show that in the video, but this has been the process of making a Cowboy Wok or a Discada. Okay, basically I'm setting that in the fire to burn the impurities off. When that stops smoking, we know the impurities are gone, and it can be wiped down and then cleaned with, or not cleaned, but actually wiped down with cooking oil and seasoned on a fire or in the oven, whichever you choose to do. But this has been the process that I went through to make mine. Yours may vary. You may do it completely differently. You may choose to even purchase one. But however you choose to do it, these Discadas are definitely a nice way to prepare a meal over an open fire. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully this will inspire someone to make their own campfire wok at some point.